Are you an American with Italian ancestry and not sure if you qualify for dual citizenship? Well, here is exactly what you can do to find out. As most of you already know, I do live in Italy and I have for the past 4.5 years, but something you might not know is that I'm also an Italian citizen through my bloodline. I do have both my American and Italian passports, so I can live and work in either country. Something that is pretty cool about Italian citizenship is that it's actually European citizenship. So I'm a citizen of Europe, which means I can live and work anywhere in Europe. This is a really cool bonus of having Italian citizenship, but as of now, I will not be working or living elsewhere. I'm staying in Italy and I am super happy to be here, but it is a huge perk of having Italian citizenship. So how do you know if you qualify for Italian-American dual citizenship? Well, if you don't know your great-grandparents or your grandparents or whichever, is the furthest relative back that came from Italy to America, you need to find out that information, which I did on ancestry.com. I actually found my family tree on ancestry.com. The next step was to request a naturalization document from the USCIS website, which I will link below in the description. Back when my great-grandparents immigrated to the USA, they were required to go through a process called naturalization, which basically was them renouncing their citizenship in Italy. So they had to say, I no longer want to be Italian, I renounce all of my rights to being an Italian citizen, and they had to write it on paper. At that time, they couldn't be dual citizens, and the law has changed since then, thank goodness. And what most people don't know is that naturalization was not immediate. So even if my great-grandparents signed the naturalization papers when they arrived in America, they actually were not officially recognized as naturalized until 7 or 8 years later. So it was a long process, and this leaves a big open window for people who are looking to become citizens, because in order to obtain your Italian citizenship, you have to prove that there has been no break in your bloodline. So my grandfather was actually born in that window of time when my great-grandfather was waiting for his naturalization to be official. So at the time of my grandfather's birth, he became Italian because my great-grandfather was still Italian. He had not officially renounced his citizenship. He had signed off on his Italian citizenship, but he had not received the official letter saying, you are now an American citizen and no longer recognized as Italian. And the USCIS can provide you with this document called the Naturalization Document, which will tell you the exact date that your grandparent, great-grandparent, or whoever it was that you're trying to seek your citizenship through renounced their Italian citizenship. That is a crucial date, and without knowing that, you really can't go any further. So it's a waste of time to try to get any birth certificates, any death certificates, marriage certificates, until you know that date. I personally got my citizenship through my great-grandfather, since he was the last of my ancestors to reside in Italy and move to the US. So I requested his naturalization documents, since that was what I needed to prove that the bloodline had never been broken before my grandfather was born. So to request this document, you go to the USCIS website, which I have linked below. If this is your first time requesting anything from the USCIS, you have to request an index search for your relative's naturalization document. Then you'll get a letter in the mail from the USCIS, which I received about 9 months after making my request. In this letter, they'll tell you the exact date your ancestor was naturalized. Something I was not prepared for is the length of time I had to wait for my record to arrive. I actually submitted my record request on April 16th, 2016, and I received my record in the mail on August 1st, 2017. So that was 1 year and 3.5 months later. Something else I should note is that when you do receive that naturalization document, it will not be an official copy. It will be a photocopy, and it says clearly on their website that they only provide photocopies. They no longer provide original records. The most important thing you need to do is keep the envelope they send you the photocopy in, because that photocopy will not be valid without a stamped envelope. And if you lose that envelope, you're gonna have to order the record all over again. They don't say anywhere to hold on to your envelope or anything like that in the letter, so that wasn't even clear to me, and thank goodness I had mine, because without it, I don't know what I would have done. Definitely keep that. I know this is just the first step in many steps to becoming a citizen, but this was the most helpful thing for me when I first started my journey. It is a long and complicated process, but it is so worth it, and I wish you all of the best on your citizenship journey. I am an American girl living in Italy, and I'm here to share all things Italy with you and a little in between. So I would love it if you subscribe and stick around for more, and give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it and it was helpful for you. I will see you guys in the next video. Ciao for now.